Hello everyone, I'm Shiogan. In this lesson, we'll configure our environment. Okay, currently our project is still continuing from the content we covered 2 weeks ago. Now, we're adding a new section for 023. Okay, let me pause for a moment and everyone please follow along to add it. Now everyone, please take a look here. Notice that this VS might have changed again. It looks like this now. I'm not sure why it changed. It might be because of a recent update. Here we select Unreal Engine Common Class. There are other options here, but we'll ignore them. To add it, we just choose Actor here. You see it also added a lot of Slater-related items here. We'll ignore them. Then we'll name it Shiogang. Let's add a sample to the name. Simple. WebP actor. Okay, it seems to have changed again. As for this module, if it should be placed here, we better create a new path for it. Okay. Yeah, this interface seems to have been updated again. New features have been added again. And you'll notice that this position is not really what we want. So we need to adjust this position again. You can see 023. Okay. Let's call it WebP. Then we just need to move these two in. Okay, let's refresh the project. Let's reload it. Then after we finish reloading, it's normal that the original one here is not found, because we are roaming around. Let's observe. Will this cause any compilation errors? It seems unlikely to have compilation errors. Then let's compile here. Okay, a pointer offset occurred here. It's because the memory usage is too large. The bottom left corner here is definitely missing something. You can see. Okay, it should be done scanning. Completion here should be fine as well. Good. Observe this version. This is also MVC. This version of MSVC and our Windows SDK are fine. Then you can see a warning here. It should be from the code we wrote earlier. This kind of writing for specific memory on the 6th lane. Don't write it this way. We're just demonstrating here, so we'll also ignore this warning. Never mind it. Okay, we've started it up now. We'll also do it here. Create a new folder. Create a folder. We can pull it up a bit. Let's create a new one, like this. New floater 023 lab web. So here, we also create a new observation. This observation needs some lighting and scenes so that it's convenient for us to record videos. Okay, let's name it this. Let's change this editor first. Because we might, these 2 weeks of classes, these 2 chapters of classes, not these 2 weeks, these 2 days of classes, should all be about this here. Okay. Then after we finish this, what do we need to do? We actually go and create our plugin. Then here, we take an add plug card. Then we select the cell library. Good. We add diagang sync. And then WebP is fine. Then the author is still XG. Then we start generating. Okay, good. It has been generated here. Then we can close this. Then come to our project here. We'll exit in a moment. Okay. Then you can see that this plugin should be here. If this plugin is not here, we'll just refresh the project. Because observe, it's in this position. So this almond polygon, you'll find that it has already been generated. It just hasn't recognized it yet. Let's refresh it. If it's not here, we'll erase it. Let's restart it. Okay, it's here now. Then we'll start making modifications inside. Let's modify them one by one. We can ignore these things for now. We mainly need to look at this module. This module should be completely cleared out. Now let's start processing these module information. Let's clear everything here, because this time we're processing it purely with labels. So it's not really needed here. Let's clear everything here too. Okay, here we usually change the copyright name. We won't waste time modifying this part. Then, after this side is handled, we start working on this batch over here. This whole batch on our side. We need to delete all of these items. We'll just delete everything. After the deletion is done, we need to clean up the contents inside. We only keep this. Delete all of these. After the deletion is done, we refresh this project over here. Because some steps in here are actually quite error-prone. So we'll try to guide you step by step. And you can see I have an error list here. Let's just remove this error list directly. Forlay. Yeah, it's this avoids causing some problems. We only need this output box. Let's define it. Okay, let's compile it again now. If there are no issues with the compilation here, then next we will set up some of the basic things. For setting this up, we'll do it like this. Obviously, we need a subsystem here. Let's check the subsystem. Then we need a type. We need a log. And we need a core. That's probably all we need. Then we better give it a BP library here. Okay. For this, we need to modify the code inside. Let's clear out everything inside first. This way. Actually, we can put this here. Let's put it in first. We'll rename them uniformly later. This might be slower. But it has to be done this way. Okay, good. Let's paste these few. Then we go to our private. Okay, good. After we do this, let's refresh the project now. Okay. Okay, after the refresh is complete, we'll start by renaming a few things. First, we need a BP library, right? We had a BP library earlier, so let's copy it over. Good, we've copied it over. After copying, we'll immediately correct its name. It should be called. Okay, and we'll change the name here. We need to delete the comment here. After deleting it, we'll keep the function here for now. We'll just create its implementation. We don't want to write this constructor here. We'll just use it. We'll create its implementation. Let's check if the creation location is correct. Obviously, this location is not right. You can see it's in this position, which isn't quite right. We'll ignore it for now. And then, after creation, we'll rename them one by one. This renaming process is a bit cumbersome. I won't guide everyone through the renaming. I'll rename everything one by one first, then guide everyone through the writing. Okay, we've finished renaming here. After renaming, actually, you see, right here, let's copy this code over. This file is not quite right. We can just delete it ourselves. It should be removable. Okay, delete it. Then we should be right here regarding this issue. Okay, and you will definitely have compilation errors here because we haven't imported this ng module here. We need to import this ng module here. Let's just put it here because this module must be used under ng. Okay. Then at this point, let's check again. Let's see if there are any compilation errors. Obviously, there are compilation errors here, right? Let's check the log. This place reports an error. Let's refresh it. Haven't seen this error before. It's quite troublesome. It should be some issues caused during our refresh process. Some problems that occurred. Let's reload it. Let's navigate here. Now let's compile it again. Okay, this looks a bit fewer. The issue indicated here should be caused by the file we just created. So we need to check it. We must have had an extra file like this in the project just now. Obviously, this file is the one we just added. There are also these two CPP files. It cannot be linked because there is also one of these CPP files here. This one was automatically created by it. It did such a bad thing. Let's delete it. Now let's compile again. If it still reports an error, we'll explain again. Let's look for it again. As for the error reported here, we can take a look. Regarding this link 2019, it is the most common error. Usually it comes from the fact that the corresponding module has not been imported. Yeah. It seems to be a problem related to the constructor. The reason is actually very simple. If a link 2019 error occurs, check whether the module has not been imported because we generally need to import this module because the third-party library we created this way imports very few things. You will find that the compilation should be fine at this point, okay? Alright, in this lesson, we made many common mistakes. But sometimes when we work for a long time, we forget. So here it is for everyone. At this point, let's finally check the code. We first set up an empty environment. That is, we haven't written anything yet. It's just an empty environment. Okay, now let's go over it again for everyone. Roughly, our architecture looks like this. We just need to start filling in the code. Obviously, we haven't even done a simple header file inclusion here yet, or we haven't even made a log declaration yet. In the next lesson, 在第5步, I think things is actually quite simple. It's this copyright notice right here, and for this, 只要你的塔字. Okay, let's add it here. There's no need to add this here. Because it's a header file, you just need to add this yourself. Okay. Let's not make a mistake. Let's add this part as well. After adding it like this, we need to include the corresponding input keys here. Include the corresponding input keys as well. Let's include it like this. Let's be careful when pasting. When you paste, it's actually easy to paste incorrectly. Just make sure the name matches exactly. This is where the log is. We put this log here. Come over again. This subsystem. Okay, then it should be fine up to this point. Let's compile it first. Good. There's an error here again, right? And the reason for this error here is actually very simple. Because it does not include this header file. Because it is separated by public and public. So what we need to do is actually just add a few lines of code here. Let it be able to find the relevant path. Okay, so how do we add it here? I'll paste it over for everyone. Okay, the syntax here is quite special. In public in pros, we need to write it this way to find it. Then we mainly just need to copy this folder in. We have a call here now, and then there is a associated and then a type. And note that we didn't write this log here because others might. We don't allow others to use our log, so we can't write it like this here. And then for this part here, we can't use this module dr earlier because with module dr you won't be able to find it. So here we need to find our module. Find this name. We'll set the front part to this. Okay. After you finish writing this, we'll put the log here again. And now let's compile again. See, now the compilation is normal. Good. This is GeoGang's current standard third-party library import architecture. I usually write it like this now, and I use this version a lot because it's relatively stable. Writing it this way also won't cause too many problems. Okay, that's all for this lesson.